Imagine a small boy standing in a big, busy house in New York City. He watches his father leave early every morning. His father is a builder. He builds homes for people. The boy is curious. He wants to know everything about business. He wants to know how things are built. He wants to be powerful one day. That boy grew up to become one of the most famous people in the world. He built skyscrapers that touched the sky. He starred in a famous television show. And one day, he became the President of the United States. Not once, but twice. His name is Donald John Trump. Today, we will listen to the story of Donald Trump. Let us begin at the very beginning. Donald Trump was born on June 14, 1946. He was born in Queens, New York. Queens is a part of New York City. It is a busy and lively neighborhood. His full name is Donald John Trump. He was the fourth of 5 children. He had 3 older siblings, Mary Ann, Fred Jr., and Elizabeth. He also had a younger brother named Robert.
His father was Frederick Christ Trump. People called him Fred Trump. Fred was a successful businessman. He built and sold houses and apartments in New York. He was a hard-working man. He believed in discipline. That means he believed in following rules and working seriously. His mother was Mary Ann MacLeod Trump. She came from a small island called Lewis in Scotland. She moved to America as a young woman. She was kind and strong. She raised 5 children and took care of her family with love and dedication. Dedication means giving all your time and energy to something important. Donald grew up in a large house in a neighborhood called Jamaica Estates. It was a comfortable and safe place. The family was not poor. They had money, nice clothes, and a good life. But Fred Trump worked hard every day. He wanted his children to understand the value of hard work. Value means how important something is. As a young boy, Donald was full of energy. He was loud, confident, and always wanted to win. Confident means believing strongly in yourself. He liked to be the leader. When he played with other children, he wanted to be in charge. In charge means being the one who makes decisions. His father was strict. Strict means having strong rules that must be followed. Fred Trump did not allow laziness. He expected his children to be tough and serious. Donald was sometimes difficult at school. He was energetic and liked to challenge authority. Challenge authority means to question the people who are in control. Because of this, when Donald was 13 years old, his parents made a big decision. They sent him to a military school.
The school was called New York Military Academy. It was located in a small town called Cornwall-on-Hudson in New York State. Military school is different from a regular school. Students wear uniforms. They wake up early. They follow strict schedules. A schedule is a plan that shows what you do at each time of day. They learned discipline, respect, and leadership. At first, Donald found it hard. He missed his family. The rules were very strict. The days were long and tiring. But slowly, something changed inside him. He started to enjoy the challenge. He became stronger. He learned how to lead other students. Leadership means guiding and inspiring other people. He became a star athlete. An athlete is a person who is good at sports. He was excellent at baseball and football. His coaches noticed him. They saw that he had natural talent and confidence. By the time he graduated, Donald was one of the top students at the school. He had earned respect. He had learned how to be tough. And he had discovered that he enjoyed being a leader. This experience changed his life. He later said that military school taught him more than any classroom. It taught him discipline, competition, and the desire to win. After graduating from New York Military Academy, Donald Trump went to Fordham University in New York City. He studied there for 2 years. Then he transferred to the Wharton School of Finance at the University of Pennsylvania. Transferred means moved from one place to another. The Wharton School is one of the most famous business schools in the world.
He studied economics and real estate. Real estate means property, such as land, houses, and buildings. This was the perfect subject for him. He was already interested in his father's business. He wanted to understand how money works and how to build things. At university, Donald Trump was focused. He paid attention to details. He liked to read about successful business people. He admired men who built big things from nothing. After university, Donald Trump did not waste any time. He went straight to work with his father. Fred Trump's company was called Elizabeth Trump & Son. It was a real estate company. Donald joined the company and started learning everything he could. He went to construction sites. He talked to workers. He read contracts. His father was a careful man. Fred Trump did not take big risks. A risk means doing something that might fail or cause loss. Fred liked safe, steady business. But Donald had bigger dreams. He wanted to build in Manhattan. Manhattan is the most famous and expensive part of New York City. It is full of tall buildings, expensive hotels, and wealthy people. His father said it was too dangerous. The risks were too high. But Donald believed in himself. He wanted to think bigger. In 1971, Donald Trump moved to Manhattan. He convinced his father to give him control of the company. He renamed it the Trump Organization. This was the beginning of something huge. Donald Trump's first major project in Manhattan was the renovation of a large, old hotel. Renovation means repairing and improving a building. The hotel was called the Commodore Hotel. It was old and falling apart. Nobody wanted to stay there. Donald saw an opportunity. He made a deal with the city of New York. He would fix the hotel and bring it back to life. He worked hard. He hired architects and designers. He transformed the old hotel into something beautiful and modern. He called it the Grand Hyatt Hotel. It opened in 1980 and was a great success. People were impressed. Donald Trump had done something that seemed impossible. In 1983, Donald Trump completed one of his most famous buildings. It was called Trump Tower. Trump Tower is a tall, shining skyscraper in the heart of Manhattan. A skyscraper is a very tall building. It stands on Fifth Avenue, one of the most famous streets in New York City. The building has apartments, offices, and expensive shops. The outside is covered in golden glass. It looks powerful and impressive. Trump Tower became a symbol. A symbol is something that represents an idea or a feeling. It represented success, luxury, and ambition. Donald Trump put his name on the building. This was important. He believed in branding. Branding means creating a strong and recognizable name or image for yourself or your product. Through the 1980s, Donald Trump kept building. He expanded his business in many directions. He built Trump Plaza, a luxury apartment building. He bought the Plaza Hotel, one of New York's most elegant hotels. He developed properties in Atlantic City, New Jersey. There, he built large casinos. But then, something went wrong. In the early 1990s, Donald Trump faced serious financial problems. Financial means related to money. His businesses had too much debt. Debt means money that you owe to other people or banks. His casinos were not making enough money. The economy was slowing down. Banks were nervous. Several of his companies went bankrupt. It was a very difficult time. Many people said he was finished. They said he had lost everything. The newspapers wrote stories about his failure. Donald Trump lost a large amount of money. Some reports said he owed over $900 million in personal debt. That is almost $1 billion. This was a painful experience.
But Donald Trump did not give up. He sat down with the banks. He made new agreements. He slowly began to rebuild. Rebuild means to build again after something has been destroyed or damaged. He worked hard. He never stopped believing in himself. He once said that if you fall down, you must get back up and try again. Slowly, step by step, he recovered. He paid back his debts. His businesses became profitable again. This experience taught him an important lesson. He learned that failure is not the end. He learned that a setback can be a setup for something greater. In the early 2000s, something unexpected happened. Donald Trump became a television star. In 2004, a new television show called The Apprentice began on the NBC network. The show was about business competition. At the end of each episode, Donald Trump would look at the losing contestant and say his famous words, "You're fired." The show was a huge hit. Millions of Americans watched it every week. He was no longer just a businessman. He was a celebrity. A celebrity is a very famous person that many people know and talk about. This connection with the public would soon lead him somewhere completely unexpected. Donald Trump had thought about politics for many years. Politics means the activity of governing a country and making decisions for the people. In 2000, he briefly considered running for president, but he did not continue. Then, in June 2015, something historic happened. Historic means very important and remembered in history. Donald Trump stood in the golden lobby of Trump Tower and made an announcement. He said, "I am officially running for President of the United States." Many people were surprised. Some laughed. They did not think a businessman and television star could become president. But Donald Trump was serious. He started his campaign. He traveled across America. He spoke at large rallies. His slogan was, "Make America Great Again."
He competed against the Democratic candidate, Hillary Clinton. Most people expected her to win. The polls said she would win. The media said she would win. But on election night, November 8, 2016, something remarkable happened. Donald Trump won the election. He became the 45th president of the United States. The world was shocked. His supporters were overjoyed. It was one of the biggest political surprises in American history. On January 20, 2017, Donald Trump was inaugurated as President of the United States. He stood on the steps of the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. He placed his hand on the Bible. He made a promise to serve the American people. In his speech, he talked about giving power back to the people. He said that it would be America first from that day forward. As president, Donald Trump focused on several important goals. One of his biggest promises was to reduce immigration. He also focused on the economy. He signed large tax cuts into law. He worked to reduce government regulations. During his presidency, the stock market reached record highs. Unemployment fell to historic lows. During his time as president, there were many challenges, too. He faced 2 impeachment trials. His presidency was always in the news. Supporters loved him. Critics opposed him strongly. The news was never quiet when Donald Trump was president. In 2020, Donald Trump ran for re-election. He competed against Joe Biden. It was a heated election. Joe Biden won.
In 2020, Donald Trump ran for re-election. He competed against Joe Biden. It was a heated election. Joe Biden won the election. On January 20th, 2021, Joe Biden became the 46th president of the United States. Donald Trump left the White House. It was a painful moment for Trump and his supporters. But Donald Trump did not disappear. He remained a powerful force in American politics. Then, in November 2022, he made another announcement. He said he was running for president again in 2024. Many people said it was impossible. But Donald Trump believed in himself. He worked hard. On November 5th, 2024, the election was held. And once again, Donald Trump did something that surprised the world. He won. Donald Trump became the 47th president of the United States. He became only the second president in American history to win 2 non-consecutive terms. On January 20th, 2025, he was inaugurated again. He returned to the White House. It was a historic moment. Now, let us think about the character of Donald Trump. Character means the qualities that make a person who they are. The first quality is confidence. The second quality is persistence. The third quality is communication. The fourth quality is risk-taking. The fifth quality is resilience. The story of Donald Trump teaches us many important lessons. The first lesson is think big. The second lesson is never give up. The third lesson is believe in yourself, even when others do not. The fourth lesson is learn from failure. The fifth lesson is communicate clearly and directly. The sixth lesson is your brand matters. And so we come to the end of this story. He grew up wanting to be powerful. He became one of the most powerful people in the world. He dreamed of building towers.
And so we come to the end of this story. He grew up wanting to be powerful. He became one of the most powerful people in the world. He dreamed of building towers that would last forever. He built them. He was told he could never win the presidency. He won it twice. His life teaches us that the world is open to those who dare to dream. It teaches us that failure is not permanent. It teaches us that confidence, persistence, and a clear vision can carry you through the hardest times. And perhaps, listening to his story today, you found something that inspires you. Something that makes you think, maybe I can try harder. Maybe I can dream bigger. Maybe I can get back up when I fall down. Because that is the greatest lesson of all. Getting back up. Always getting back up. Thank you so much for listening to this story today. You have just listened to a complete biography in slow, simple English. Every minute you spend listening to English stories like this one, you are getting better. If you enjoyed this story, please leave a comment below. Tell me, what was your favorite part of Donald Trump's story? And if this story helped your English today, please give it a like. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. I will see you in the next story. Keep learning, keep listening, and never stop believing in yourself.